if I had to pick between those three. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle for North now, to say the very least.
That being said, so was the first half of Overpass, and they still managed to pull it back. So with an 11-4 going the way of Na'Vi, not able to close out the initial map. Definitely going to keep that in mind if Na'Vi starts storming off with a strong T side, as we would expect here. Zeus and Flamey setting up utility into that A site. North, very heavily committed. 3 players on A and a pistol. Rare to see on the CT side, but let's see if it pays off. AZ's hiding in the corner. This could be the snake in the grass that could catch Na'Vi off guard. He's taking first blood, though. Trade is straight there. Kievi cornered, and he'll get taken down by Electronic. Na'Vi are waiting for no one inside of this bomb site. Electronic going ham, and 3 kills there with a Glock before the trade comes through. Both CT positions of North known. Fowley smokes off Zeus, and he does get the kill behind it, but Flamey pushes right through for the trade, and that leaves Yugi alone. They spotted him earlier, and they have the info.
Yeah, and that bomb could just go down. Yugi not aware that both Simple and Flamey resided inside of the bomb site. So with a triple kill from Electronic and then the rest of the guys just finding a couple between them, Na'Vi do secure that pistol round. And they will be allowed to get off to a good start initially here on Mirage.
North opting to full eco the second round, just a PT50 on Valdit. He was able to find a few kills, so not a huge worry there for North. And a little stack towards CT. I like this as well. Gonna try and wait for Na'Vi to walk into their crosshairs. But plenty of rifles on Na'Vi here to deal with this, and they're nowhere near the A side right now. They're just trying to take this mid-control, not knowing whether North are forcing or eco. Valdi's spotting the stairs because they know that Na'Vi could and should have middle, so a connector split is very likely. Rare to see all 5 players of Na'Vi in one position. No lurk, no split. Just going to walk up inside of the connector, but it shouldn't be a worry. Even with this stack from North, I doubt they get much from it. Second that the first player walks into it, even if they're going to go down, Na'Vi have all the info. They know where all the North players are. So let's see what this does. Electronic. There we go. 3 kills. As expected, Na'Vi absolutely shutting this one down.
Yeah, don't let that gimmicky little round from North get out of control. Don't give them any chance into it. And obviously that was just the eco from the Dane, so you weren't really expecting much to come of it. Now they have a buy available to them. Won't be featuring the AWP though in the hands of Yugi. Instead it is just those rifles across the board. Now likewise, Simple doesn't have his back in hand just yet over on the T side of things. So we've got to wait a bit more before we see those bought out. Mid-aggression early on from North, and Kiebi will open things up. Now they spotted him heading down towards the tunnels, but Zeus dropped, and with it, the bomb. Kiebi now sits pretty in a very good spot. He's able to hold on not only to the lower tunnels, but to this bomb as well. Now starting to re-aggress into the apartments. Gade is over towards short. Problem for Kiebi is he's getting sandwiched in, catches the timing to find Electronic, and actually it might not matter. Simple blink of an eye, left up and alone. 1v5 required, no bomb, and very little information to go off of. What a phenomenal round from Kiebi.
And North in general, who have yet to lose a player. That's the most despicable part. They went for the triple mid-peak at the beginning of the round. Obviously, Kiebi going in first to underpass. That wasn't spotted by Na'Vi. They had no info on him, but Valde and Yugi both got tagged up, and they still get away without getting dropped by Na'Vi, and Kiebi just makes this solo effort work. Really nice job. Simple, they know where he is. He's just throwing a smoke. Valde going to go up inside of the B bomb site. And AZ's even on the wraparound. He's got this round secured if needed. There's still Valde up on short to watch connector if this bomb does get picked up, but even if it does, and it has, there's 20 seconds. Simple saving. Surprised he's not looking for any kind of damage, but I guess he wants this gun in the next round because Na'Vi are going to have the money to, you know, go for something here. And this is where North start to push at the end of the round when the time is low. But no hunt comes through And Simple should be able to get away with this one. That seems to be the case. North not hunting until the time is over and the round is won because, yeah, it's the best player in the world. You don't want to give him any chance in that round. You don't want to allow him to rail together a couple of kills, especially when North have yet to establish our economy. That's their first round here on the CT side. And a stunning start from Kiebi as well.
Yeah, I mean, usually, you know, if you end up with a player in lower tunnels like that, it means something maybe hasn't gone to plan over in mid. You know, normally, if you go for something like that, either you know, you kind of see players fluff the short jump and then, you know, you end up in lower tunnels is kind of a worst case scenario. But Kiebi makes that work brilliantly. We do still have a bite from Na'Vi, as you highlighted. Holding on to that one AK has helped it out that much more. But it does leave them very limited in terms of utility, so your options aren't really open to you here. Smoke going to go down over in the window. That gets thrown in by Edward. So one of those two smokes already used up here for Na'Vi. They do manage to get control of mid, but North, they've been pretty keen on just giving this one up, at least in this round with how they've decided to play it. Two players over in the ladder room, and
wow.
Easy deals with that attempted boost. Electronic gets deleted, and now North sitting with the man advantage.
And this bomb's going back through spawn. Na'Vi have taken connectors, so they're looking to split the A site, but the re-aggression from North could be well timed. Keep your eye on Kiebi for exactly that. He's pushed up on ladder. He's just going to miss the timing inside of connector. Zeus will get his way into A and taking down Yugi as well. Na'Vi in a good spot right here, a 4-on-4. Only Valdi stopping them from getting this plant down as it comes through ramp, but Valdi might just be enough. He's found one. Simple going down. Bomb closing his distance. AZ does catch it onto Zeus, but Valdi's eventually fallen, and now that bomb plant can come in from Na'Vi. A 3-on-2 on the retake here for North, but AZ is low.
Oh, and Flamey finding a lot of damage, gets that spray down into connector, and Edward's able to finish off Na'Vi. They stumble back to their feet at the end of that round. It looked like, you know, especially with AZ over in the ladder room, finding a double, Valde being able to slow down that bomb plant for a little bit at least to buy some time for those rotations. It looked like that should have been a North round. And a monstrous spray from Flamey to get rid of both the full HP players down in connector will secure a third for Na'Vi.
He also sprayed a headshot angle, which is the craziest part about that. It's not like he even saw both the bodies, he just had the top half. Great individuals showing through here for Na'Vi, and that's kind of what we saw at Overpass as well. There were shines of brilliance. I mean, so many shines of brilliance from the likes of, you know, Zeus, for example, Simple, Electronic. Those are the players that we look to. Na'Vi, they certainly haven't stopped anything individually. 3-1 up here on this T side. North, this is about as bad as a full buy can get while it's still getting called a full buy. Limited utility and no kit as well. So if we get into a post plant, things could certainly get dicey for this Danish roster. Na'Vi starting to just contact walk out ramp. That scope will be heard as Simple looks towards the CT spawns. Now we've got the attention of Alda diverted between both Con and ramp. Teammate on top of the palace. Na'Vi investing utility to try and clear out close positions and crossfire spots that North could possess. Simple with the CT smoke as well. And now that rotate coming off of B, Yugi is going to be inside of this site pretty soon. Mid may not be a position held by North, and that will allow for the split to come through. Electronic, perfect timing to take down Valdi. Yugi does keep things equal in the 3-on-3, and he just has to stay alive. The issue is, we come back down to this bomb plant. There's no kit.
Oh, and Gade not quite able to deny it. Electronic holding for that connector rotation. And Kiebi tagged up earlier on in the round, 23 points of health. The bulk of this retake now falling onto the shoulders of Yugi. Out from CT, he crawls. You will get her dropping on down there by Flamey, who peeks wide and shuts down the lone gunman inside of the bomb site. Kiebi just backing off to try and save. And Na'Vi, they will move 4-1 up.
And this lack of mid-control could be a problem for North moving forward here. Na'Vi are getting afforded connector splits so easily. And with North not running heavy A-site defenses, Yugi, for the majority of that round, was watching the the window boost from back CT. although he's able to rotate in towards A and get a kill, it was by that point already done. The players were already all over that bomb site, and Valdi got picked up immediately from Electronic coming in through Connector. So really well-timed splits from Na'Vi, but certainly something North can look to work on, look to respond to once they get guns back in their hands. That won't be for now, though. Kiebi on the saved AUG, everyone else on pistols. It's Na'Vi a chance to really start taking these T-side rounds. 5-1 potentially after this. Although, again, we had similar situations back on Overpass, and that still didn't go their way. I don't want to prelude anything with that happening on this map, but certainly something to be worried about. That one rifle in this round has been taken apart. Dropped over to AZ, who will play a headshot angle, but he is the solo man inside of this bomb site for now.
I mean, you know, you can see from Na'Vi, they're not pressured into making any sort of play in this round. They know they've got full control. They're just taking their time. And I mean, even with Electronic clearing B, he can communicate this is an A-side stack. And Valde, while he might get one, quickly dealt with. Na'Vi just collapsing into A. Electronic there is the fail-safe. Sure, Yugi gets one, but there's the round secured by that late wrap of Electronic in through B. So a 5-1 lead for the Na'Vi squad.
Things far more going to plan in this map, at least it seems.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with just Na'Vi and T-side Overpass, but it just seems like throughout the Pro League we've seen them struggle on it. I mean, honestly, I think it's like the third time we've seen a huge CT lead slip through Na'Vi's fingers, only to have them lose that map. And it always seems to be such a crucial loss for them to pick up. At least here, heading into Mirage, they're looking a lot more comfortable. They're getting the confidence back.
And here's the change that North needed. The mid-control finally coming through. Valdi throws a top-mid smoke there, and Kiebi's even going to line them up as they try and go through it. He's ready on the angle. There was a gap, but that only baited Na'Vi into the crosshair of Kiebi, more than ready. Now Na'Vi desperately into this B site, and you can just see they are scrambling for anything they can here. 3 on 5 rather. Gade up close with the dink. Zeus has dropped into the site, and he won't be able to finish off the kill, but that's B now taken by Na'Vi. Will they be able to do anything with it?
I mean, this bomb on the back of Simple, and he's actually aggressive up by Market. Oh, Flamey able to burn out Kiebi. Simple throwing that bomb back into the arms of Zeus, but he gets found through the smoke, and that is a devastating kill to have come through. If you're Na'Vi, Simple tries to take the aggression. Valde just waits patiently on the other side, and it's Flamey alone. 1v3 required. Has taken down the first two, but Yugi keeping cool, keeping collected, gets that trade in the 1v1. It's down to the wire and a lot closer than it ever should have got. Not quite for Na'Vi, but it's still a very costly round over on the north side. And, you know, at this point, if you are going to be getting rounds, you want them to have the opportunity to have follow-on rounds on the back of it. The buy here for North, if anything, should be worse than their investment in this round.
And the bomb, again, proving to be an issue there for Na'Vi. Kiebi was caught in the corner by the molly, but yeah, Simple went deep into the site, but he had the bomb in his back, so he had to throw that back to Zeus, who got caught crossing to the safe plant spot by Yugi. So great round for the AWP player of North, but definitely another round where Na'Vi, they need to be aware of where this bomb is. They need to make sure they're on top of that, because it lost them Overpass, frankly, Harry. Multiple rounds. So Na'Vi can't afford to let that one slip again. Already a map down in this series. This is where things should equalize, but we'll see. 5-2. North, as you said, weaker by him out of the last round. Can Valdi do anything with the SMG? He gets one. Trade is there. That's more than you can really ask for. Kiebi coming out aggressively through the smoke. And again, another trade 1-for-1. AZ will finally take that advantage back, and he instantly drops off that spot. Goes back for more, though. The confidence on AZ, and he'll find all three. I was going to say, you know, taking back the man advantage, I imagine we'll see North chill out for a moment, but AZ's had enough of it.
I mean, I'll never forget, I think it was DreamHack Montreal. There was that clip of AZ back in CT, getting one of the best pistol aces I've ever got to see firsthand. And it's a position he's very, very comfortable in. That round there with the AUG, he's able to get a triple. Cementing a third for North. And we're starting to see some switch-ups here in this default as well that Na'Vi have haven't really spotted all too much of yet, right? The mid-aggression is something that North have been telegraphing in the beginning of these rounds. Na'Vi have seen them go aggressive, at least in these last 2 or 3 rounds. So with that smoke falling in top mid, that means that there has to be a player waiting around to keep an eye on it. You will notice Edward was the man responsible for it. Now this looks to be the B play from Na'Vi. Gate opening things up, now helped out by Kirby. Of course, it is just the eco, and North making quick work of these pistols.
Yeah, everywhere Na'Vi peaked, there's another North player ready and waiting with that triple B stack. There was even AZ on the flank through underpass just to solidify the round if needed. So North, they've certainly pulled back this early start that Na'Vi took on the T side. It's getting very close now. Another full buy round for Na'Vi coming up. And I want to see if North continue to assault this mid portion of the map. It was where Na'Vi were finding a lot of success early on into the half, going for these quick connector splits. North did respond with a top mid control round of their own, but while the smoke is thrown up there this time by AZ, no one's going to commit off the back of it, and Edward's already pushed through as that smoke blooms, getting behind his top mid smoke of his own. AWP up in the B apartments, Yugi on the edge. Electronic, he knows, he spots the barrel and he gets the kill. Is there a second player? Yes, and Electronic, he finds him. Double entry in towards B. Even though the trade is there, he's done his job. A 4-on-3, and North, their defense is split. Na'Vi are walking inside of the A site right now, and North have no idea.
And now that penny gonna drop. They start to rotate back. This bomb plant taking a little while to come through, but it will. Na'Vi sitting a man up with bomb planted, and it goes down for ramp. That's where Edward resides. Wow. Zeus starting to fall off as well and take up a position down, I was going to say towards ramp, but he just waits in sandwich. Going to keep as many bodies inside of the site to trade as Na'Vi can. And so for Valde and Kirby, they're locked out of this round. Simple. Able to get Valde there through that smoke.
Uh-oh.
Kirby letting Zeus leave.
Ooh.
Oh,
Zeus saw him. Nice try, Kirby. Nice try. Should have took the kill while he had it. Maybe hoping he could catch another player leaving that A site at the same time, double down, get 2 for 1, but instead he loses his life. Not the end of the world, though. Either way, Na'Vi had that round, hook, line, and sinker after those 2 entries on B. When Electronic can just run in B and get kills like that, and that's not even the push from Na'Vi, he was the only player in the apartments at the time. North, I mean, fair enough on them full rotating off that A site. Na'Vi just, they had it, you know, they knew it was coming. The second you get those entries in such quick succession, the round is pretty much as good as done. So Na'Vi do shut it down again, 6-4 here on the T side. At least keeping this game competitive. It's far more back and forth here than Overpass was. That was more of a game of streaks, really, from both teams.
I mean, now just a bit of time to try and figure out exactly how they want to play this round. North calling that timeout there. We will see the AWP in the hands of Yugi. No diffuse kit, important to note here for the North squad. These bomb plants is something that Na'Vi have been very good at finding. I like this mid setup from North. You have Valde down in the lower tunnels, Yugi playing on the other side of that smoke. And so usually, you know, this is a bit of a risky position because you have to dive back through lower tunnels or try and stomach the run into connector. But with Valde taking up that position in lower tunnels, it does at least give Yugi a little bit of a safe haven over here toward this B bomb site. And now they decide to dismantle this double mid stack. They have Valde clearing into the apartment. Zeus getting picked up early, and they'll spot no one else here. North now, they can rotate these players over to A. Yugi posted up in connector from earlier on in the round. Oh. Legging Simple up in Palace, but not finding the kill. And will be Kirby to grace the scoreboard over here inside of A initially. Flaming with a response does delete the point man over at the stairs. This bomb's still yet to go down, and as these smokes dissipate, Na'Vi have got none left.
Yeah, and there's 2 players here in CT. How does Edward get a kill there? Valde looking at, AZ looking away, and Valde gets taken down. AZ gets tagged from Flamey, but the flash will keep him turned off. AZ won't get aggressive here. Luckily enough, Yugi has the cross. His teammate was just shooting to bait the peak from Flamey. Simple now alone and finished off from that earlier damage that Yugi put onto him. North get it done, and nice round from them. 3 players still standing as well at the end of it. All the information, of course, after Valdi gets aggressive in the lower tunnels, because I love the mid-round there of North's call to decide to commit towards flanking B apartments. If you're Na'Vi, you don't expect that so late into the round. You either typically get a fast underpass player that is going to hunt for those kills, or you don't get it at all. When do you ever get pushed upstairs after 40 seconds or 30 seconds? So Zeus certainly getting caught off guard, and Na'Vi just go for the straight-up A execute into the stack of North. And as you said, Harry, once the smoke's faded, no utility left for Na'Vi. They're a man down. They're caught inside of the site. It's a bit of a doomed situation to be in there. So 5 rounds to North, keeping this game nice and close, and the tactical pause coming through.
Yeah, I mean, all the pressure very much on Na'Vi here. Not just because they're a map down, but they're very much the heavy favorites in this group. So, you kind of remember how the first few weeks went, and obviously the surprising result was G2 being the team to finish top of Na'Vi's group. Na'Vi falling down into second place. And yeah, all these wins really do matter. This is not a loss you can afford to stomach if you're Na'Vi. Looking like an A play here. They try and pick up the pace, and actually AZ will get shot down. Over in Palace, Valde now smoked off from CT. The Molotov starts to burn him out. He is actually helped by that CT smoke of Na'Vi extinguishing the Molotov, but it doesn't matter because Edward is there to finish the job. There's a gap in this smoke that Yugi is looking to try and exploit. Electronic has been able to get past Kierby over on short. Ooh, Gade crossing past the man in the smoke, almost able to salvage something of this round. But not quite, and now only Yugi remaining 1v4. He will head back towards CT, trying to take this fight onto Flamey, but missed shots will spell his demise. A 7th round for Na'Vi. Just the standard A execute there from them, and it yields pretty good results. 4 players staying alive. The only man who falls was on the back of Gade, kind of crossing through that smoke. So nothing really coming up for the North squad in that round.
Yeah, getting scrappy as well. This is some fun Counter-Strike to watch from Na'Vi, and I can't imagine it's fun to play against if you're North here. 7 rounds on the T side, and the money getting broken here for the Danes. Deagles are out in force. Yugi trying to get a shot through the smoke. Na'Vi aren't going to give it to him. It's just a default this time. First time we've seen such a slow default in a while from Na'Vi, but it's the perfect round for it. Right when you know that North's money is going to be teetering on the edge. So 1 player holding B, man outside of the A site, and 3 trying to take middle, although one of those 3 have rotated. That's Electronic, so this looks to be the late round A play once they get that bomb through the connector, potentially. Kind of uncommon to see the bombs split into a site from middle, unless you have the majority of players there, but AZ's actually dropped Flamey, and that's going to throw a whirlwind into this round. Na'Vi, they lose that 1 rifle, and they will just pick up the bomb in middle. Electronic has deserted Flamey's corpse. So we could even see this late round B split for Na'Vi. They're taking that bomb up short. Zeus is putting pressure in the apartments meantime. And so North still have 2 players committed to this site. I think they're going for the boost as well into the corner. Kierby's in that position. Very valuable when you're on pistols here. We'll see if Na'Vi check that. 40 seconds, and this looks clear to come through.
Oh, Gade, actually, I think he spotted the players at short as well on that jump peak. Gade trying to make noise inside of the bomb site. Kierby immediately flicked onto Gabe with a D. Got him with 2, maybe looking for a bit more, but he does get bested by Zeus. He might have made this round doable. However, Yugi on the rotation in 20 seconds. There's bombers to go down, and Yugi is buying time for the rotations. Simple in with that flashbang. Allows Zeus to get that kill while blind. It's AZ left up, 1v2. He has that hero AK from ramp. Both these players tagged up, and they almost line up from it. So close. Simple on the receiving end. 49 points of health on him. And AZ gets the spray. Simple is gone, and North, they get a 6th on the back of that force buy with 1 UMP and pistols and armor. They find a round.
And that was off the back of, you know, 2 entries coming in for Na'Vi, an immediate 5-on-3 taken. We questioned whether that corner would be checked for Kiebe's position. Well, Electronic pre-fired it. He was spraying before he even saw Kiebe. So plenty of info and plenty of chances for Na'Vi to close that out. But Gade, huge couple of deagle kills from him, and AZ even finds a clutch to solidify it. That is a great round from North. Because that could have been the round that sent Na'Vi flying over the finish line here in map number 2. Breaking the money of North there would have meant 9 rounds minimum on this T side. Now it's still under question. Now North can still potentially win this half.
And one of the players for Na'Vi who you can always count on to have a strong map, but specifically a strong Mirage, it is Simple, obviously.
Yeah.
Right now, he's been pretty quiet. 5 and 8, you know, we haven't really seen the usual kind of the level we expect this man to hit from him. And if you're North, you want to try and seize that while he is maybe struggling a little bit. Because this is not a man who ever struggles for long, right? If they're able to pick this up and we head on through to a 3rd map, that's where I think you're going to see Simple really look to come back into his own. I mean, he could even still do it here. There's still time, right? But I think North, you know that you want to try and catch Na'Vi while they are looking a little bit wounded, but they aren't looking like their usual selves. And they've got a decent half already on the horizon. But if they're able to pick this round up, it gets that much sweeter. Simple legging AZ as he attempts to cross back into the jungle. Not quite the kill, but damage done. AZ does manage to get past Simple. I think you should have seen the elbow of Valde there a couple of times.
No, you don't catch this angle from the Palace, as long as he looks towards him or into the wall. If he looks this way, that could give away his position, but the smoke is there. Simple's inside it, and Valde finally pounces at the perfect moment. 2 from him. Trade is there, but the dink onto Simple puts him on 1. Zeus grabs a kill in the meantime, but this is still very doable for the likes of North. Zeus getting spotted and drops into the sandwich. AZ finishes off the job onto Simple, and while he grabs the bomb, he's only got 15 seconds to win this round. There's the first kill onto Gade, but AZ just has to stay alive. He'll rotate round or at least fake it. Zeus, chance to stick the bomb on, faking it himself. 7 seconds left, doesn't force the immediate peek, so he goes back in, and that's when AZ gets aggressive. You can see the leg, and Zeus is only 1 bullet away from death. AZ's found it. Round win for North. The retake works out, and that will be 7 on this CT side. Very back and forth there. Anyone's round to win. And Zeus, when he didn't get the immediate peek from AZ and Spawn, he assumed he had wrapped towards jungle. AZ faked that noise after getting the kill onto Simple. So nice work from AZ. He really has resurged in these past few rounds, Harry. Getting that lockdown on B, and another clutch over on the A site as well in the 1-on-2.
Actually, you could attribute a lot of these rounds to multi-kills that AZ's put up. Even if you think back over to the A side of things, there's the round with the triple kill with the AUG from Ticket. Yeah. He has been doing it time and time again, and with pretty good consistency, topping the board for North. Last round of this first half, and what looks like a fast play down into the lower tunnels from Na'Vi. They know that North have been stacking a few players here. And they have secured an early man advantage and a weapon from Valde on the back of it.
And some map control. They're already through the B apartment. Simple's just going to dive in. He will get dropped. But now he knows who these 2 players are. That bomb still in the hands of Na'Vi in the apartments. But kills are coming through. And all for North. Low HP on a few of these players. But Na'Vi cannot get into the bomb site. Dropped on the balcony by Yugi. And Electronic alone in the smoke. A 1-on-4 for the final round of the half. He may have Gade's number here, but with 22 points of health, you'd imagine North would be able to keep this one easy.
Yeah, there is Yugi to make it so. North able to win out the half. They go 8-7 at the very end of things. Once again, another good recovery here from the North guys. This time we see them heading into the second half with a round advantage. Of course, that CT side coming up for Na'Vi. That's where they're going to look to try and pull this map back and take us the distance. Find out if they can after the break.
North sitting in the lead moving into Mirage, the second map of the series, and the chance they have to 2-0 this one over Na'Vi. That would be a feat coming into the Pro League with their new roster, their debut performance on LAN with Yugi. And so far, Harry, looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, this North squad, they have been looking good. It's been a very pretty picture indeed, and all the pieces of the puzzle seemingly showing up. Now, Hugo, the most important thing to remember when assembling a puzzle is to make sure you have it the right way up, right? Because,
that's what they say.
You know, one side's just grey. It's just cardboard, isn't it, mate? And so here is the push into the A-bomb site. Na'Vi, they've stacked all 4 players over towards this A side, over towards B rather. Edward in CT. They try and play this retake setup, but Edward's already been deleted. And the interesting thing is, normally, if you see someone over towards CT like that, it might be a player with the defuse kit, so that then you have that to work with heading into the retake. Now, Na'Vi, they don't have one full stop. So a retake setup with no kit leaves them strapped for time, and the kills just aren't materializing either. Everyone's dead for Na'Vi. Electronic 3 points of health. He's running for the hills. And North, they are going to take a flawless pistol round to move 9-7 up.
Wow, that is a scary situation for Na'Vi. Harry, we were talking a little bit during the break. We obviously mentioned that, you know, Simple over in that first half was having a bit of a rough time. He was great on overpass. But in the CT side, we were expecting that maybe things would turn around for Na'Vi once they got the AWP in his hands. Well, that will be delayed because with the pistol win going the way of North, this lead keeps getting extended, 9-7. Not a single kill from Na'Vi in that pistol round, and definitely not going to be feeling comfortable here looking at a possible 0-2. And Harry, this is the last week, the last group for Pro League. It's everything to play for. Only 2 teams out of this group are going to Montpellier to play the finals. And with so many new rosters, so many question marks over the teams we have in this group, Na'Vi need everyone they can get. So already looking a little bit dicey. We imagine Mirage is where they were going to pull things back, but will they be able to do so? It'll have to come down to those rifle rounds at least. Not here, not now. Zeus on the Zeus. Up in the apartments, we have Electronic on the armor with the P250, and everyone else from Na'Vi just going for USPs, getting aggressive to their own demise. Gade gets a kill. Zeus, I don't know how that happened, but AZ walked right past him. He must have just looked into the wall as AZ got round the corner. That is unfortunate, but it won't make a huge difference. This round looks pretty done, but as I say that, Na'Vi got control of the bomb. They found that early trade to Gade. I thought it wouldn't have been an issue, but he had the package, and now, although Na'Vi still don't have a lot to play with, they've got a chance to make it interesting. Or not.
Yeah, that chance is gone. Electronic alone once again. He had 3 HP when he ran away last time. This time he's got 4, so I guess this round was an improvement. And North going to be picking up a 10th round. This T-side looking good initially. We're going to get our real kind of first test of how they're going to stack up with this buy coming in for Na'Vi in the following round. Balder could shut down Electronic, and he will. So 10-7, we get to see a buy available to Na'Vi in this following. And not going to have the AWP over on Simple. Now, Hugo, you and I were speaking a bit during the break, and you said you feel like for Na'Vi, if they're going to get back into this, you want to see that AWP in Simple's hands on the CT side. So, you know, maybe could have justified going for maybe a force buy in the second and look to get the AWP out earlier, or do you think this is the way to play it? Do you think, you know, you just get these rifles out ASAP and then work on the AWP down the line?
I think it's just a preference thing, right? I don't think there's no right answer, really. You know, if you have confidence in your force buy and you have a game plan going into it, sure, but you know, I like the 3rd round buys on the CT side. I like just getting guns in ASAP, although obviously having limitations, having no utility and no kits could be a problem, especially if North get a bomb down. And right now it's looking like that's an eventuality, not a question. Kiebi flash into the spawn. Molotov there. He's just going to run right through, and Edward goes down. Kiebi might not expect a second player in a similar position, but it might not matter because a 4-on-5 going back in for more, and he takes down Flamey moving into A. This is done for Na'Vi. Surely they call a save. There's no way they can win this round.
And that is just some real confidence from Kiebi. He keeps on going. This man is a wrecking ball, and he has smashed through the Na'Vi defense with 3. Cementing an 11th round for North. And now this is where things get very worrisome for Na'Vi. I was hyping this round up. We get to see how these teams stack up. This is where you were hoping Na'Vi find their first, and we see this game continue a very back and forth fashion. But no, North picking up an 11th means that Na'Vi, they've got to eco in this round. I mean, you can throw a bit of investment into it, but you've got a loss bonus built up at the very least. I guess Na'Vi, you know, they can look to bring in that AWP out in the round following. They've got a few rifles here to try and supplement and try and create something of this round, but it is a situation in which we should see North go 12-7 before that first buy comes in from Na'Vi.
And think back to previous map where Na'Vi have a huge lead and North still managed the courage and the skill to pull it back into a victory, and they were looking pretty upset throughout the entirety of that previous map. Well, now they've got smiles on their faces, Harry. They're realizing that this game is theirs. So now that you've got North believing in themselves, this is going to make it even harder. AZ's just walking out ramp. He's just done with this, taking down Edward immediately. And the Molotov even pushes Simple out as well, so he's down to just 28 points of health. Worried that maybe a player was still close on Tetris. That's not the case. AZ's backed off, as have North inside of this B site, or at least outside it right now. Electronic's the only man with control, and even if he jump spots, he gets no info from it. North aren't challenging right now. They're just taking their sweet time outside of B, and that's because it's not a commitment. Doubling back towards Spawn. Interestingly enough as well, considering they had control here earlier, they had a pick, and they're not even going to commit to it. Flashes over B to try and sell this fake, trying to force the rotates from Na'Vi. Simple's still sticking here on A, and I wonder if he'll stick here all round long. I imagine so, with no one being spotted inside of B.
Yeah, and Flamey at this point in time, he's got a big role as well. He's heard no footsteps now, so he can kind of communicate that across to the rest of the squad, and we see this double rotate back to the A bomb site. Electronic now starting to make his way over. North, they have to check this close angle. Zeus finding one. That's now the bomb dropped out in the open. Simple, he might be low HP, but he still gets another. Wow. Flamey arriving with the Deeg. It's down to a 2-on-2. 25 seconds left, and the HP leaning in the advantage of Na'Vi. Bomb retrieved. The information gained, I think, by Flamey down in the lower tunnels really does help bail Na'Vi out of this round. It gives rise to that early rotation back to A, and on the back of it, they've cemented an 8th round of their name. They shut down that attempted fake from North, and what an important time to find success in a force buy if you're Na'Vi. They deny that 12th away of North, and they do now get themselves into a position where they can look to get back into this map and take us the distance.
I definitely think that fake thrown into the B site was far too early for North there. They were throwing the utility inside of B where their players were just entering T-spawn. You know, if you're doing that, you want those players to be closer up on A, because as a result, they start running towards ramp, and Simple in that close position, here's all of it. He can call for Na'Vi to fully rotate, and that they do. What a great nade stack in middle. Taking down Simple as well into another crucial rifle round here for Na'Vi after picking up that weak buy. So North looking to try and turn things around. Edward, though, keeping the A site under his domain. Electronic shutting down the split up through connector, and the smoke actually cuts him off as well. He's on 2, almost a 3rd. Yugi eventually gets another kill, but he won't get much further. Edward keeps the A site under control, and Na'Vi take their 9th round. This, Harry, this is what we've been waiting for. The Na'Vi on the CT side, even without Simple in that round, even though he goes down straight away to the utility, they still managed to pick it up with 3 alive. So this is where things are really going to get hard for North.
Critically as well, Simple's going to have that AWP back in hand, so this is where we're going to look to him to be a bit more involved in this map. He'll be posted up in mid. No one here to test him early on. There is a top mid smoke thrown in just to give the illusion that maybe North are trying to play for this side of the map, but it will be the full A commitment. These smokes rain in. Molotov going to miss, and that will allow AZ to get out through Palace. It's Edward in the Ninja Defuse spot to shut down the first few players. AZ and Yugi trading back and turning this round in the advantage of North. Flamey and Zeus left up, but a 2v3 retake going to be required and asked of them here. Bomb planted, and that is planted for ramp, so in the post-plant, AZ and Yugi both going to be at this side of the map. Valdet alone inside of the bomb site. This does give Na'Vi a potential 2-on-1, and if they can deal with Valdet, this still becomes a doable retake, but he's jumped up on top, and Zeus, now alone, suddenly left to fend for himself, fed to the wolves, and a 1v2, bomb ticking away. No smoke to stick that defuse, even though there was one down on it. And it will be North securing a 12th round. The AWP carried forward. The set piece into A prevails, and that was a pretty kind of buy for the North squad, right? You had a few players on Deagles, you had Galil's, and yet they're still able to find a great deal of success on the back of it.
Man, poor Flamey there. Zeus hard nades Valde in the corner, brings him down to 20 HP. Flamey goes for the wallbang. And I don't know what happened there. It looked dead on, but he didn't take the kill, assuming that Valde is not in that corner. Fair enough after all the damage that should have happened. And then Valde just jumps up and takes the frag. So very unlucky there for Flamey. I think if he gets that kill with the wallbang, maybe Na'Vi even have a chance. Zeus could have stuck that bomb with a kit in the smoke, but not going to happen here. North on 12 rounds, looking to end this all with a B play here. Fast into the site. First time we've seen them here. Zeus is alone, and he's going to be calling desperately for rotation. Simple has found himself inside of the market. Zeus has yet to even been spotted as well, because these smokes are keeping him contained within the bomb site. Simple takes first blood. Now these CTs starting to move in. They're waiting. They're not waiting for anyone, sorry. They just want to take the kills up from North before they get the bomb down, and they've done exactly that. This round is done. North, so much hesitation up in those apartments. They get all the smokes into B, and they just sit there and wait. No kills present itself, and as soon as Na'Vi take the man advantage, that's when they just utilize it by getting aggressive. So North, not getting out of apartments, comes back to bite them. That's so weird.
Yeah, a very kind of sloppy execute there from North throwing in. And the players that did get out, 3 of them just over towards Van, trapped. And I think that was because either one of the smokes missed, or was it Zeus dropped one to block off the Vans? Regardless, they didn't want to go pushing through that. And, you know, that decision to have to wait for the smokes to dissipate gave so much time for those rotations to come in over towards B that North were just walking onto a 5-on-5 into that B bomb site, in spite of the fact that it was just Zeus there in the beginning of the round. There was so much time for those rotates.
And understandably, right, North don't know it's only a solo man with a UMP. But the thing is about the B site on this map is if you're going for it, you have to accept that you're never going to get in for free. You're always going to lose a player at least getting out of those apartments. One man, he's got to jump out the window, Harry. Every time, you got to jump out the window. You're going to die, but you're going to get traded. That's how you get into the B site. And so North just not committing to sending a player in for information to work out where that close site player is, because they know there is one. And so this could come back to bite them in a big way, Harry. Pistols here. The force buy from North. This could break their money because Na'Vi have already taken the first, but AZ trades. Flamey in the site, dropping the bomb. Oh, the spray from Flamey. What a conversion! And he finds 4. Wow. Goodbye, North. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, that is just one of the rounds where you really do just have to sit down and be like, well... Yeah, I don't know what we could have done to stop that. Flamey with a phenomenal triple kill in that spray transfer. And then the 4th man picked up down at ramp as well. What a sequence from Flamey. And, you know, we were looking towards a few players to step up in Simple's absence. Well, we've got them. It's Electronic, Flamey, and Zeus.
Ooh. Straight to the Molotov. North just going to go right into this site. And, yeah, okay. Reasonable. Cool. I think North are going to stay away from the A site for a little bit.
Yeah, I know that was just Glocks, but like that was still, once again, a great little sequence from Electronic.
And this is resurged Na'Vi. I mean, imagine getting back-to-back rounds like that. You know, your stars of this map at least are going to be feeling so ready to go. And 12-12, Na'Vi have pulled this one back. The second half looked like it could have been eluding them, but Na'Vi holding on to this game in a big way. Simple back on the AWP. He'll be up on the catwalk this time, keeping things inconsistent, keeping North guessing. He'll even drop into the window here. He's just on a tour de Mirage right now. He's going back into B. Why not? I think Simple's he's just having fun with it, Harry. Nothing presenting itself, though. Realizing he doesn't want to actually tackle with middle after taking a window. Already been smoked. North already close, and they're just going to creep inside the connector.
Oh, that Molotov does split up the little grouping of North over in Con. Edward waiting on the other side of the smoke. Flash through, and he is found on the angle. Flamey doing what he can, but this time the repeat from AZ up in Palace eliminates the player over towards CT, and now Simple and Zeus. Very far removed from this A bomb site are the 2 of them. Kierby posted up in CT. So even if Simple, even if Zeus's flank rather is able to find a couple of kills, Simple won't be able to rotate on in. This is already feeling like a save from Na'Vi. You really cannot commit to this. Zeus is still going for it. He's still pushing into Palace. And he will get picked up nice and easy by AZ. North retaking the lead, 13-12 now. And this is still feeling like it could be anybody's game.
If they manage to find Simple here, that's going to be a big weapon dropped for North, but seems like he may just get away with this one unless Valde walks down the corner. And even if he does, I mean, it's Simple on the other side. That's a kill that's far easier said than done. So Simple will get away with this. Ooh, will he? Ooh, it's close, but he does. Gets away with the AWP, keeps that for a rainy day, and it is pouring right now for Na'Vi. North finding that previous rifle round. I like that con split as well, right? Getting given so much room towards middle, and with the smoke cutting off Simple in the window initially, just bursting up and through connector. The first kill comes through with the help of that flashbang, and at that point, the only player left on the A site has to watch connector because there's so many players, and that's when AZ swings from Palace. So very nice call there from North. Although Simple's alive and he's kicking all right.
Oh, now over here amid, sharp missed as he tries to land one through the smoke. He's in danger, needs to get helped out here by Zeus over towards Short, who tries to assist him and will get punished for it. Kjaerbye up close at ramp, not quite ready for Flamey, and Simple chiming in with another. It's the AWPs all across the map. Valde throwing into this 1v2 clutch. Now, he knew where both of these players were around about 10 seconds ago, but they've had time to change things up and take new positions. They will split between both A and B. Well, they're trying to find something up through connector. Flamey's going to take this peek, but he just misses the timing. Well, they're going to drop a smoke from connector. Turns his attention into jungle. Simple starting to move towards Short. Will decide to stick around inside of B. Checks the market, and Valde goes walking right into him. 13 all. As once again, Na'Vi tying this up, keeping it close, and the AWPs there, so valuable, coming up clutch for Na'Vi when it matters most.
If that smoke was a little more shallow, it would have cut off the point of view from the player in CT spawn for the con cross rather towards A. And I think at that point, Na'Vi probably expect an A play, but it was deep enough that he got an angle to see towards connector, and at that point they go, okay, he's not A, so likely keep your eye on your flank, and Simple does exactly that. So close is this game, 13-13. And again, like Overpass, anyone's to take. It was 14-14 at one point after North pulled a huge comeback, taking the last 2 rounds, picking up their pick on their, picking up the victory on their pick rather. And now they might do it on Na'Vi's, but Na'Vi not letting go without a fight. Double AWP as well into this round for Na'Vi, so really bringing out the big guns, and this is when North's money starting to run dry. If Na'Vi win this round, they likely win the entire map, and we go to 3. But let's see what North can do. Failed smoke from spawn, but they do get one down in the window to cut off Electronic.
And this immediate 4-man cap presence from North, not something we've seen from them before on... at least toward this B side of the map. Zeus will have a smoke thrown in close to try and help him out over here in the apartments, and he will at least get Valde, but with players already down short, Zeus is not ready for how close they've got, but Edward, he's swooped in and he saved the day. He gets the triple, the hat-trick, and Kjaerbye left alone. So much work done by Edward in that round to bail Na'Vi out of what looked like such a horrible situation to be in. Kjaerbye, while he does have the element of surprise here to get Flamey, oh, he tries to play the trigger discipline here. Now, how deep can he actually get? Getting past Flamey is going to be tricky. And if he turns around, well, Kjaerby's been spotted. 1 kill already, and does get a bit of chip damage onto Edward, but yeah, he's just going to back away and try and hold on to the AWP. So Na'Vi back in the lead.
Still hanging around though, just in case Na'Vi give him a kill. They won't until the end of the round, if at all really, because the money of Na'Vi's not there. So they'd rather just keep these guns alive for themselves. 14 rounds taken from this CT side. And what a time for Edward to step up as well. We've had huge performances from the like of Electronic, Zeus, Flamey, and now Edward joining that as well. Feels weird to not say simple in that sentence, but he's had a very slow game. Really nice to see Na'Vi picking up the slack for him, though. You know, in his absence, you can't expect him to be dropping 30 kills every single map. And although he had a fantastic overpass, at least his team are here on Mirage. Na'Vi looking like they might bring us to Dust 2 after all, and that would be a fun one, Harry. I have no idea what to expect from North over on that third map. I just looked away during that replay, and the look on your face tells me I missed something good.
Yeah, just like a really, really nice spray from Edward. We got to see the replay of the triple kill. And as expected, you know, with the kills coming that quickly, it did look beautiful. Now, Yugi's been throwing this AWP. He doesn't have armor behind it, however. That was so he could drop an AK to Kirby. This time, Na'Vi trying to hand it some mid-aggression. Haven't spotted anything towards this side of the map, so there will be 3 players now at A. Reasonably confident that this is going to be a commitment from North. Na'Vi. An Electronic there to open up. AZ falls. That's one of these weapons stripped from the hands of North as well. The nade going to find a great bit of damage. Simple in with the first. A nice flick on Electronic. And Yugi alone, he gets shut down, just hounded down. 15-13, it's Na'Vi to reach map point, just 1 round away from taking us the distance. Taking us to a third.
What a great job of Na'Vi from isolating all those duels on ramp, right? 4 players walk out ramp, and Na'Vi, they don't take a single fight where, you know, they're exposed to more than 1 player at a time. Really nice work. And Simple hitting a couple of shots in the spawn with the AWP as well. This is looking fantastic for Na'Vi to bring us to Dust 2. 15-13. 1 round separates them from exactly that. North, desperate times here. Pistols are out, and they're going to go fast into middle. They've got that underpass split as well with the bomb, but this boost, luckily the smoke does elude Flamey's vision. But once that fades, he's going to have a great sight towards the connector, and there it is, perfectly timed for him. He misses them, though, and his teammates gets dropped. Now, they won't expect the second man so close up on short, but he doesn't get a kill for it. Only damage to Yugi, spamming away with his AK. They are desperately trying to take this gun away from him, and he is still alive. Yugi eventually with the trade, but it comes at a cost. The Molotov flying in from Edward from the A site burns him out, and now we're into a 3-on-3, but B has been given up.
This is just complete disarray, though. North, they've got the bomb on the back of Kirby. It's heading towards those B apartments, and that drop, Valder, he did hear it. He's commed that to Kirby, who now turns around and finds Simple on that flank. AWP in the hands of Kirby, 45 seconds left, and with still 2 players more towards this A bomb site, that bomb is going to begin a rotation back through T-spawn. And at the exact same time, Electronic, he's decided to keep an eye on the potential CT wrap. This leaves A open and ripe for the taking. Now he starts to migrate his way back to CT. Will he get there in time, though, to shut this round down? Will this be North finding a 14th and keeping that overtime dream alive?
Oh, and now he knows. Now he's going to be calling for Simple's rotation. That bomb's been dropped. If he gets this kill, this game is done. And he's done it. Electronic with 2. It's only Valdi left up at 11 seconds to get this plant in. Surely it's too much to ask for. Simple's only now just leaving B. And Valdi, he needs the frag. But there is just no time. Electronic winning that on his own there in the CT spawn. That 2-on-3 closed out by Na'Vi. And as is Mirage. They pick up their map choice. And we head to Dust 2 for the final map of this.